Attorney review is the process where your attorney looks at the contract and the buyer's attorney also looks at the contract, and they change it. And to make sure that both sides are protected, it goes back a couple times. There's usually some revisions on it, and that they, make sure that you're protected and that both sides are in agreement. Now, technically in New Jersey, we are not an attorney state, so you don't need an attorney to represent you in this process. In our area in Monmouth, Ocean, Middlesex County, you really should have an attorney because almost everybody is using an attorney. And, for the difference in price it's going to cost you, it's really important that you just have somebody that is on your side that's going to protect you and look out for you. So that is just something that I would suggest, that you have an attorney. It's not absolutely 100% necessary that you actually do have one. And, so once the attorney review process goes through, and that process can take anywhere from 2 days to a week, sometimes longer, but the average is about a 3-day time period from beginning to end of attorney review. And it's important that you actually have an attorney that knows real estate and is working in that field long term, or specifically, if you don't want a divorce attorney coming in and representing your real estate transaction, because it's not something that they do on an everyday basis, and they really just don't know all the ins and outs of real estate law. They could probably manage their way through it, but it's important that you have a real estate specific attorney that does this every day. So the attorney review process is pretty cut and dry and pretty simple. So your attorney will be getting in contact with you every step of the way and kind of let you know any changes that they make, and they'll give you, if you have any questions, you'll be able to bounce it directly off of them and tell them. They'll be able to kind of guide you along and tell you, yeah, you should do this, you shouldn't do this, or if there's any hot button issues that you really want to make sure that's in the contract, you would do it at this point. And so once the contract comes out of attorney review, it is a legally binding contract, and you are bound to this contract. So whatever is in there is really what they're using in order to go through and make sure that all your timelines are hit in that point. So how long do they have for inspection? How long do they have for their commitment? When closing date is, when the deposits are due. So all this stuff is outlined in the contract, and they pretty much follow it to a T as much as possible. So it's important to have somebody that's on your side, whether, it's between your agent and your attorney. You should be able to, really grind it out and make sure that you have all the right information in your contract, and make sure that attorney review goes in your favor. So if you have any other questions, please comment below or feel free to reach out.